Good challenge by McElroy on Stewart. And a tremendous battle, and Pike and Thomas exchange blows. Witten's involved too. Robbie James pulling him aside, and the referee's got to take stern action here. That melee blowing up from the initial tackle by McElroy, and then players who weren't initially involved got involved. A lot of accusing fingers being pointed in all directions, but Thomas and Pike were the two players who swapped blows. There was no doubt about that. Mr. Stevens, who used to play a bit of non-league football himself, laying down the law. And a handshake, both players very lucky to escape, not even with a booking. Swindlehurst, James forward, away by Bonds, but no, Painter! What a fine effort by little Ian Painter. It looked as though Bonds would get that ball clear, but Painter put pressure on him, and his swerving shot was heading to the top corner till it swerved away. Forward by McCautry, O'Callaghan. Martin's challenge. Here's Chamberlain. Set up the shot for James. It was a fine effort. Robbie James yet to score since coming to Stoke City in the summer, and he's furious because he feels that the goalkeeper got a touch on that shot. It certainly looked that way. It was laid on beautifully for him by Chamberlain. He really struck it powerfully. And did Parks get a touch? Brooking onto Berry's clearance, but McElroy intercepts. Lovely play, Thomas. That really was a superb effort and a fine save. McElroy did so well in the build-up, lovely skills, laid it off to Thomas. That fine left foot shot, and an equally good tip-over save by Parks. Robbie James now, and Berry. Some rather inelegant football being played, but no lack of effort. This is Thomas. Walford's challenge earns the corner for Stoke City. And West Ham in this first half, against the wind, and a battling Stoke City side, are up against it a little. O'Callaghan got up well, and McCautry it was who lifted it over his own shoulder into the net. And West Ham are certainly up against it now. Corners are always a threat with Stoke City, and how well O'Callaghan climbed to flip that one onwards. McCautry hooking the ball almost over his own shoulder, and Stoke City take the lead against the First Division leaders. O'Callaghan getting up well again, and Berry's header! Now Trevor Brooking really made the mistake that let Berry in then, but again it was O'Callaghan's height and ability on the near post which caused the danger. Brooking cleanly away this time. Painter back in. James. What a fine save that was by Parks. That must have been so difficult for the goalkeeper. There must have been half a dozen players between him and Robbie James who really hit that ball powerfully, and Parks made a marvellous save. McCautry let it through to Goddard and then brought him down, and that's a penalty. So the young man who had given Stoke the lead in the first half, responsible for giving West Ham the opportunity to equalise. He didn't realise Goddard was so close. When he did, it was too late, and his wild tackle brought Goddard down. No question, a penalty. So Ray Stewart, who scored his first goal of the season from the penalty spot last week against Notts County, lines it up on the spot again. He's also missed one this season, incidentally, against Coventry. But he doesn't miss that. The Ray Stewart style of penalty taking, hard and very, very firm indeed. Sadness for McCourtry, but Stewart belting the ball almost into the centre of the goal. Fox going the other way. It was so hard, it went in anyway. Stoke 1, West Ham 1. Martin at the back, it comes to Goddard. That was a fine effort. So the corner, in the end, clearing most of the players in the penalty area, but then coming on from the header to Goddard, whose shot flashed across goal. Push by Martin on O'Callaghan. And the header by Painter, a fine save by Parks, and in the end it was Chamberlain who forced it home. How unlucky for Phil Parks. Parks had done so well. Painter's close-range header producing a superb save, but when the ball came out in that melee of players, Chamberlain was the quickest to react and forced the ball home. Stoke are back in front. By Swindlehurst, it's a good ball. Goddard taking it well, and he's got Brooking with him. And in the end, he was knocked off his stride by McCourtry's tackle. It was a good break. It looked promising for West Ham. And as Goddard tried to deliver it into the corner, McCourtry tackled him. Chamberlain. James. Gets the goal that will give Stoke surely a victory. And once again, you can but feel sorry for Phil Parks. Robbie James with that shot along the ground. It looked to be heading into the corner. Parks dived to his right and tipped it away, but it fell perfectly for Thomas to ram it into the roof of the net.